Alright, so last episode took on some of our biggest challenges yet in this series, in which we first of all took on Manchester United here. We picked up a fairly comfortable 2-0 victory against Wanky Chan and Strand Lawson, getting the goals for us in this game here to get us the 3 points. We then took on Arsenal, where we went 1-0 down here, and pretty much straight after we would equalise back up with Arias, and moments later he would then score the winner in this game in a 2-1 victory over Arsenal, dragging us back from 1-0 down to being 2-1 moments later. And the same would happen against Liverpool. We'd concede early on with Addison to ease that down. Moments later, Wanky Chandler would poke one into the back of the net, and after that, Arias again would be the hero, scoring again there to see us beat Liverpool in the big game. And it will make some massive signings. The first being Bayende to be a new number 1 goalkeeper, and next being Jerome Sada from Deportivo La Coruña, Patrick Wimmer from Wolfsburg, and also Maric Kierkegaard from RB Salzburg coming in January. We then took on Man City in the Carabao Cup semi-finals here. The first of we won 1-0, and then in the second leg, despite having many big chances here, we couldn't score another goal in this game, and we then conceded one of the most frustrating goals we've ever conceded, and it went down to penalties, in which we would get knocked out of the competition in a frustrating fashion, considering we should have won this game, and we ended up getting knocked out on penalties. But to get into today's episode and hopefully continue our great form. And to start today's episode, we're going to be taking on Chelsea here in the Premier League. Last time we faced them, we did get a 1-1 draw up against them, and also we did beat them in the Carabao Cup earlier in the competition to knock them out of it and see us go through in that one. But the last episode, we got knocked out by Man City in the semi-finals in a rather frustrating fashion. Let's get into this one and hopefully get a big win here against Chelsea, continue our climb up the table, and maybe, just maybe, find ourselves in a European position, or European football position at the end of the season. João Pedro here, still going the Brazilian, but that's going to be a good defending there. Through to the Spaniard. He's got Patrick Wimmer as well up with him. Going to actually look for the finisher here with the Spaniard. He hits it, but he can't find the back of the net there. Enquiries did well to defend it, but also created a massive error there by doing so. Ball across, Patrick Wimmer shoots, and Unai Simon makes a save. Arias forward. And it's Strand Lawson. Strand Lawson couldn't really get the shot away. Operating them. Ball through though. This could be the moment for Chelsea as Bain makes a big save there, and it rebounds off Agpadu and goes out for a corner. And it's still going ahead. Palmer running all the way through. Our teammate Palmer pushed Chelsea ahead and gets his 11th goal of the season. And I felt like we should have defended better there. I feel like Totti Gomez should have made a better challenge than they did, but he kind of just got stuck where he was and didn't move really when I made the challenge. Andre was still there. Andre. Sean Lawson on the header, but he didn't get really anything on it. Pedro here back to Esteval as Wolf is off him. That pass is not what I wanted to do, but kind of works out for us. Wimmer, Sean Lawson, through here to Jerome. Can he score or maybe get a pass away? Jerome, I have to shoot. I'm gonna have to shoot. Why didn't you shoot? That's so frustrating there, man. He probably wouldn't have scored, but still, you know. And Palmer somehow missed there. The passing since the start of the second half has just not gone where I've been aiming it a lot of the time. But here's Arias running through. Can he rescue us? Here, and he's done so just about. We know someone got a touch on it, but we finally get a goal in this game. In a game we haven't been the best and we haven't been bad. We've been better than Chelsea. They've got lucky to get their goal that they got. I mean, it was great work from Palmer to score the goal, but we opened up defensively and let them in. And Arias scores here to make it 1-1. That's Alejandro Garnacho. Enquiries whips it in, and that should be dealt with. It's going to be a 1-1 draw against Chelsea to start the episode off with. In a game I do feel like we should have won. I mean, Chelsea weren't bad. It was the best performance they've had against us in all 3 games we played them in, but we should have taken our chances in this game, and we just struggled to get Strand Lawson involved, and overall we didn't have the best game, but we should have been victors from this one anyway. And up against Swindon in the FA Cup, I rotated first and get a 2-1 victory here to see us go through into the next round of the FA Cup. And away from home against Crystal Palace, we're forced into sharing the points with a goal from Ismail Assar and also Strand Lawson from either teams being the reason we share the points in this one. And well, as you can see via the table here, we're currently sat in 8th place on 39 points. Our next game is Aston Villa, who are 6th in the table on 45 points in the Conference League position that we're trying to aim for by the end of the season. And if we do manage to beat them here away from home, I believe we're facing them away from home, we could get a big 3 points against them. Let's get into this one and hopefully keep ourselves in contention for European football next season. We're looking to get some 3 points. We're kind of in like a little bit of a drought for 3 points right now. We're kind of drawing a lot of games. And well, we did beat some big teams last episode, but chances of doing that again in today's episode are not the highest. But ball into the box here. Looking for Strand Lawson on the head of Pau Torres, who obviously scored the equaliser for them in the last game we played them. Heads it away there. Ball into the box here. Headed away by Digne. And then Arias, why not? Left foot finesse shot from him, blocked there by Onana. Konza heads it away. Ollie Watkins. Tielemans through. Shot taken, and that's going to be a comfortable save for Bayende to make there. As that is not where I wanted that pass to go. I think anyone could see that, and somehow we lose the ball there. Arias is through here. I've been in this position multiple times in this game, not managed to get anything from it. As a ball inside there, blocked, well cleared by Onana. Now Yerome shoots, and that's a great finish from him to make it 1-0. And Yerome, who since starting has missed a bunch of big chances for us in some big games that could have seen us beat Man City last episode. He scores a big one here to put us ahead. And a Molineux against Aston Villa, a player that's going to come good for us in this series. He's had a pretty good start, but like I said, he's had some bad misses for us. But that's a fantastic finish there, even better than I thought it was. And he puts us ahead. And why did it make him? I was trying to pass that to Yerome, and it made him turn around for no reason, and then kick the ball into the Aston Villa player. So we lose possession there. Sancho. Yerome gets it back low. Bad pass there from Sancho. Strand Lawson. Wimmer. Yerome tried to get through there, but he couldn't do so. Wimmer steals it, and Wimmer makes it 2 just before the half-time break. A little bit of luck there on our side, but we've been missing that at points in this season so far. That little bit of luck that you need in a football game, we've been missing it, and we get it here. And Wimmer scores it to make it 2-0. You can see he just gets the ball there. I mean, it's kind of not really lucky. It's a mistake from Aston Villa defensively there. And Wimmer just makes good of it and scores the goal. We should have to see. Out wide, I think it's on. I don't think he did start in the first half. I didn't see him at all, but he could have done. And then the rain screwed me over there. And Bayende has made a big save, but there wasn't room for it. We drill it inside here to find Arias, who might be able to burst inside it. Arias get the shot away, and Martinez makes the save. But we get a corner. We haven't scored from a corner in a while. Strand Lawson, can you win this header? No, you can't. Konza heads it away, and Agbadou is right there, but for some reason he didn't lock onto the ball. That's so frustrating. So they come on the attack. Somehow they've still got the ball here. Gomez good defending. And there we go, we finally get the ball out here. Kiergaard. And Lopez through the centre. For Lopez now running through. The Spaniard sits the defender down, and that touch was now running at Hugo Bueno. Onana has used his strength to get through, and he's scored a goal here. The Belgian brings the Aston Villa back. And obviously, Amadou Onana at one point for Aston Villa was scoring quite a lot of goals for them last season, I believe in the early parts of the season. But I think the best bet for me here is just going to, the best bet for us here is just going to be holding possession and just running down the clock. It's for Lopez, Kiergaard, Tolu trying to play it in behind by Bellegarde, but Pau Torres intercepts it, and that's going to be a 3 point secured here against Aston Villa. And a big victory for us, which sees us keep our name in the hat for European football next season. But like I said, we've got some big games coming up. Liverpool is the next game in the Prem. And if we manage to win that game again, then that would be massive for us. Obviously, last time we played Liverpool, we beat them But I feel like this time Liverpool are either going to be a draw or maybe a loss for us in the next game here. And well, if we somehow do manage to beat Liverpool here, then we do get ourselves, I believe, well, we do get ourselves closer to European football. As you can see, we're going to be on 45 points if we win this game. Aston Villa face Chelsea, so they're most likely going to lose that game or maybe get a draw. I could see a draw happening there, but Bournemouth face Brentford, they're most likely get a win there. And we could, basically, we just need to keep winning to keep ourselves around the same points as Bournemouth and Aston Villa to keep ourselves in contention alongside Crystal Palace and Fulham, who are also here for European football next season. As you can see, if we don't manage to keep winning games, we could see ourselves drop down to maybe around 11th. I don't see ourselves going lower than 12th, but 11th or 10th we could get if we don't manage to keep winning games and performing as on the level we are for the rest of the season. And before we do get into our next game against Liverpool here, I want to get your guys' opinions on what we should do next season. Should we sell Lawson and bring in a new striker? And I'm going to show you what an option or two I do have on the shortlist right now for the striker position. I do also want to sell Tolu, by the way. If you watched my first episode of the Ultimate Team RTG that I did, this guy was incredible for me in Ultimate Team. But in this series, I've not managed to get a single goal with him. He's 6'6". I keep crossing the ball to him. He doesn't win a single header. So I'm just going to sell him next season. I could keep him as a backup, but he's worth a decent amount of money. I feel like I might keep him as a backup striker, but at the same time, he's worth good money. We could sell him and bring in someone better who could actually impact us in the series. But I don't know. Let me know down below. And also who we should sign to replace Arias next season. I've got an option or two. I think I've got one option on the shortlist right now, depending on how much money we have next season. I'm going to show you the options we have for signings. In terms of strikers, we have Santi Jimenez, who could be incredible. See, Raul Jimenez used to be a striker for Wolves, Mexican striker, 6'1", left-footed, 24 years of age. Obviously, great shooting, great dribbling, decent pace and passing as well, with the rapid play style, I believe, as well. And it would be precision header play style. Sorry, and would be a great striker for us in the team. We then have Ivanovic, who's playing for Benfica, with a finesse shot, power shot, press proven and bruiser. And you can see a similar striker to Santi Jimenez, good shooting, decent, not as good passing, but decent dribbling and pace as well on him here from the Croatian forward. And then we have Samu, who will be the most expensive of the three. As you can see, apparently Ivanovic is too important to the club, so we might not be able to sign him. But Samu would be a lot of money. And obviously, if we did end up selling Strand Larsen, we would end up bringing a similar striker to Strand Larsen into the club in Samu. But I felt like at the same time, he would be good for us in that striking role. But if we do want to go with someone different, someone shorter, like a Jimenez, could be great. Someone more agile, nimble on the ball, instead of someone who's a target man who holds up the play. But at the same time, I do like strikers like Strand Larsen in this game. I do feel like they play quite well. And Anthony, by the way, is here because for the right mid role, I feel like he could be a fun signing. Obviously, we'd have to tune up his weak foot, but he could be incredible on the right hand side, cutting in his left foot, finesse shots from him, tricks the play style, technical as well. Would be fairly expensive signing from Real Betis, but we could bring him back to the Premier League and revive his career here in the Prem and prove that he could have made it. It's just that Man United were the wrong team to join. And also, we do have other options like the likes of Trincao for the right mid position, and Matt Diallo's there, Joel Felix as well, another player we could bring in as a rotation player, or maybe just a first team player in the team. I feel like he could be fun for us in this team as well. So it all depends on who we do sell and the amount of money we do have next season. But drop in the comments down below, out of what I showed you, what you think we should do next season with who we should bring into the team. Like I said, Ahmad's an option for the right mid role, Trincao, and also Anthony for the right mid. And who should we go for the striking position? Unless there's someone else that you think we should sign, drop a comment down below. Or should it be one of these three we bring in to your first team striker next season? Further out, trying to create a bit of space here. And we're going to look for a cross. Looking for Strand Larsen in the end. Strand Larsen's header is hit by Mamadashvili. Well, since we defeat Liverpool at Anfield, they're looking to get a bit of revenge against us here in this one and beat us in our home stadium. We're on the attack here. Strand Larsen through to Wimmer. Is it going to be a tight angle, but Mamadashvili gets a save and parries it all the way over here to Mo Salah for the breakaway. Hugo Bueno, great defending there from him. Verts now. Rafinha. Well, that's going to be Joshua there to get the ball off him. He's charging forward here, the Colombian. Plays it across, trying to anyway. Should have maybe taken the shot there, but I could see the opportunity for the pass across there. You're a mate. Sean Lawson, there should be 1-0. Sean Lawson straight up my Molineux video. I'm aiming that across goal. Give him up. Not why not Gomez. Gomez from range. Gomez hits it and it's hit the post. Sean Lawson. Back off him. There we go, Gomez. Or Totti, I should say. Great defending there from him. The pass was not the best. Neither was that one. Andre. Oh, grab him. Oh no. Salah. No, I didn't even make a challenge myself there. I just wanted to put the body across there with Bueno and he just pushed him over from behind. He didn't even need to do it. That's so frustrating because I didn't even press a challenge button. That's such a weak penalty. And that's Salah. He's going to score and give Liverpool the lead here. I can tell you that for free. He's going to score this penalty. Nobody's not betting there. What a save. Oh my God. That's Bellegarde. Good move there by him. Bellegarde off the bench. Could he shoot? He does so. And referee's my pen. That's more of a pen than what he gave a penalty for. Liverpool on the attack. And Salah here. Back to Frimpong. And Bueno there. Just shifted forward for no reason. Rafinha. How are we going to lose this game? Oh, that pass is not meant to go. How have we lost this game? Is where it is, I guess. And as you can see, I accidentally just sinned past the game against Arsenal in the FA Cup, but somehow at home we managed to get a 1-0 victory against them. And like I said, I literally just accidentally sinned past it. I didn't realise that I clicked advance when I did. I mean, we sinned past it, which was unfortunate, but we managed to get the victory, which is massive for us advancing to the next round of the FA Cup. And a massive stroke of luck just came our way in this series, which I'm thankful for. After that loss we just had against Liverpool, at least we got repaid with this win over Arsenal in the simulation. And courtesy of goals from Yorome and Patrick Vimmer, who will beat Brentford here 2-1, who are 19th in the table, by the way. So we could maybe sign a player or two from them next season, depending on who they have in their team. There's definitely a few that I think could be great players for us in the squad. And I'm going to have a look through their team in a second and add some players to the shortlist that I think could be great signings for us next season if we do decide to go for them. Since they are 19th in the table, I do feel like signing a player from Brentford could be big for us in this series. And the next game is another big one that could see us climb up into European positions at some point if we do manage to continue our winning ways. We've got to take on Arsenal, I believe. Last time we faced them, I can't believe if we have faced Arsenal in this series or not. Oh wait, it might have been a game that Wolves played IRL before I took over this series. I'm going to have a quick look at the calendar real quickly actually and go back towards throughout the season and see when we last faced Arsenal to see if we actually did play that game or not. And we beat them 2-1, I thought we did. So let's get into this one up against them and hopefully see ourselves leapfrog over Aston Villa depending on results elsewhere, and hopefully we can take that 7th position in the league and keep pace with Bournemouth in 6th. I think you guys have all suggested that we play Vimmer down the right hand side, play Arias in the camera or sell him next season. It's Gomez inside here, shot taken by Patrick Vimmer and Raya. It's a fairly comfortable save there. I believe last time we faced Arsenal, they scored early on. Well, they scored and then we scored 2 quick fire goals before the half-time break to take the lead. And got the victory because of that. There's Vimmer out. Gomez back into Vimmer. He shoots and Vimmer makes it 1-0 with a rifle of an effort there, close range. And Patrick Vimmer here scores for us. And he's been quite good as a cam in this team, to be fair. I will most likely try him as a right mid at some point, but I do like him in that cam role that brought him into play at this moment in time anyway. And he scores here. It's open the scoring in this game here. You can see the rifle of an effort on his left foot there. Beats Raya in net. There's no saving that for him. It's into the side net on the other side of the goal. And a fantastic finisher from him. Again. Back here to Urianton with the Dutchman. Coming forward from right back, is going all the way. And that's a good save. And Chachua does well to stop them getting a tap in. Which I'm not too sure about. That was handball, so I'm going to put play on the line here anyway. As it's Saka who hits it and biting him, it's a save anyway. Vimmer back here to the Colombian who's charging forward here. He's scored from this position twice against Arsenal last time running. This time it's denied though by Raya. Sean Lawson, the overlap of Yereme. He finds the Spaniard who cuts inside. And can he get a shot away? He does, but it's blocked and it goes through to Raya after the deflection off him on the second attempt. I feel like through balls when you want it to be narrow, they're not narrow. When you want them to be like out wide, they're not out wide. They always do the opposite of what you want most of the time, through balls. Here's Patrick Vimelo. That's blocked. I don't get even how that gets intercepted, because it's a straight pass here to Sean Lawson and Timber's not in the way of that pass. Wolf, good defending. Why did you back away there? Thankfully, Andre wins it back low for it. That go back to Zubimendi there. Oh no, here they go. Toti Gomez. How was that falling to Saka? And thankfully, he's massively put that wide. Plays it forward to Yereme. Yereme now. With Sean Lawson in the centre. I was hoping he would let that drop for the volley, but he headed it. Back into Timber. It's good defending there from Wolf and Andre. Against Mikayo Saka. Oh, why did it not do a first time clearance there? Wolf there steals it back. And Wolf can get it up and away. It's annoying. Saka now. Okay, why did he make him do a side tackle? I'm glad he didn't make contact, because that would have been so frustrating to give away a penalty like that when I didn't mean to do the slide. Sean Lawson. Arias here. They get the shot away. Arias shoots, and Arias is denied though by David Raya with a good save. Oh, why? I've held L2 there to block off Declan Rice, and again, just not done so. I'm just letting go past. If we concede late on here to get a draw, I'm going to be frustrated. I'm actually... this game, man. This whole second half, the passing has just not gone anywhere where I wanted it to, and my players are just doing... What is that from Yereme? Okay, maybe here we could get a winner. Yereme, please score. Thank you. It's a shame we lost that clean sheet, but thankfully we managed to get the goal there late on. And if we drew this game, I would have been extremely, extremely frustrated. But we managed to get the win. Like I said, the second half, it's just been, I don't know, it's so weird. But Yereme does great there. The score and get us to win against Arsenal here for the second time in this series. To beat them, he has that same scoreline. A 2-1 victory and a massive 3 points against them here to keep ourselves in the European title or European positions this season. And for the final game of today's episode, we're going to take on Chelsea here in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup here at Stamford Bridge. Obviously, Chelsea are a team that we have beaten in the past and also drew against in the Premier League. So let's get into this one and hopefully get another big victory against them here. So we knocked them out of the Carabao Cup early in that one before we got knocked out by Man City last episode in that semi-final. We shouldn't have lost, but you know, it is where it is. We're hoping to advance into the semi-finals of the FA Cup here, beating Chelsea, and let's get into this one and hopefully manage to do so. This one, but we're no stranger to that in the series. Wimmer gets the ball to Yereme, and Yereme can find Sean Lawson, who just... I don't get what really happened there. That isn't how humans move. Like, Sean Lawson just... I don't even know, like Bambi on ice when I took a slight touch with the football there, and he just lost all control of his body. But here's Yereme. Sean Lawson couldn't get the pass across there somehow either. I shouldn't. Wimmer from range here maybe could create something. And Wimmer, if I knew he could have got through the centre, I wouldn't have tried to play that pass. I thought Gomez was making that run there into the box there, and Wimmer wouldn't be able to get through, so I tried to play the pass there, and the game screwed me over by not letting me cancel it last second. There we go, Arias. That touch though was criminal. I don't get why to do that. It's so weird, and it isn't what players do in real life. I mean, like, Wolf there is not gonna do that. Yereme and Wimmer linking up here well. And Yereme, that pass is just overhit though. Sean Lawson. He's had a very quiet episode, I will say, Sean Lawson. I've kind of not really liked him in today's episode, to be fair. I feel like he's let us down massively, but that's a great effort there by Wimmer. But Unaswa makes a quick save there, as often as they win this. Palmer. A pretty good challenge there from him to block the pass. Sean Lawson, back to Arias. Wimmer here, running through, and Wimmer hits the post. Are you taking a piss? How's he hit the post there? Sean Lawson blocked it with a shot. Here comes Chelsea in the attack for the first time already in this game. Wolf just wanted to block that, and then we're just going to get that clear. Here they come again, though. Gittins. And pretty good block there from him. Vimmer now. Good move, Sean Lawson. Vimmer, good hold up play. Sean Lawson. I don't know, Sean Lawson in the second half of the season has just really let me down, man. Cole Palmer, good block there from Andre. Now Gomez can try to get out, and he does so. Andre, sorry, Vimmer plays it through to Jerome. Great pass by him, and Jerome scores and makes it 1-0. And Jerome's proven to be a big player for us in this team. He's only made 4 appearances in this competition, picked up 2 goals now to his name since signing in January in this, in the FA Cup. So he's not played that many games for us, but he scores here, gets ahead of Adora Bioyo, I believe that is, just about, and smashes it past Unai Simon in there, his fellow Spaniard, and makes it 1-0 to us then. A well-deserved 1-goal lead for us in this one. We're definitely RS again, but we just don't have something ready to do here unless Sean Lawson. Oh no, I know I shouldn't have done that. I felt like Sean Lawson should have maybe got a touch on that and maybe got a shot away, but we know someone collected it. Chelsea in the counter here. Jimmy Gittins, that's good defending from Chachua though. Here comes short. Someone, Toti Gomez. By in there, just get that away. And that's actually going to be a good pass there, but the rest are going to let us go for it. And it's going to be a 1-0 win against Chelsea in the game. Now, Chelsea didn't really do much in, but we deserved the victory. We're the better team in this one. And we get a big victory here for us away from home at the Stamford Bridge that advance into the next round of the FA Cup. And like I said, Chelsea, as you can see the shots-wise, they didn't manage a single shot on us. And again, Sean Lawson, a game that he didn't do anything in. Vimmer with a goal, Jerome played great as well. And overall, a good victory and a good performance from the team. And away from home against West Ham, we get a 2-0 victory with Jerome and Arias getting us 2 goals in this game to get us the 3 points against a team towards the bottom of the table in West Ham. And up against Leeds, we see Sean Lawson finally score a goal for us in today's episode. I think he might have scored in this one, I'm not too sure, but he scores here in a sim game away from home against them with Andre also getting another goal in this one to make it 2-0 and get us the 3 points against Leeds here, which is a massive 3 points for us as well. And this will be the final sim game of today's episode. And well, that's going to call it for the end of today's episode here. And as you can see, Sean Lawson, despite having a poor episode, he's having a great season. 17 goals and 7 assists. He's looking pretty good. And Jerome, since coming in with 8 goals and 3 assists from him, the Spaniard, doing great in 19 games. And Vimmer with 4 goals and 3 assists as well in that Cameron run out to an 80 rating. You know, to see that from him. But I do feel like next season, Tolu's a player that I definitely want to sell. I mean, we gave him a bunch of chances. He's only scored 2 goals for us. And one of those is in a sim game in the Carabao Cup. And one of them, I might have scored myself, I'm not too sure. But every time we played him, he's not done anything, realistically. And it's worth a decent amount as well. It's worth around 30 to maybe 40 million we could get for him. So he's a player that I'm going to sell next season as well. And Sean Lawson, I feel like I might want to sell him as well. Because, like I said, I mean, I did get along with him at the start of the series, but in this episode, anyway, I've just felt his clunkiness and his slowness, and just mainly like his dribbling's just not been there. And I feel like he's just not been the same player in this team for some reason. I feel like he's not really occupying the same spaces, despite still being on the same role that it's been on this whole series, which is the advanced forward role, and Vimmer's on the shadow striker role, as you can see right there. But next season, we probably do need to sign 2 strikers. And we do have Wanky Chan here, but he's not going to cut it really as we get higher up in this series. But he's a player that I do want to keep around for now anyways. He's a very, very good player for us in the team and performed well when we use him. But right now in this team for next season, the areas I do want to improve in is centre-back. I feel like Toti Gomez is a great defender, but I feel like we could maybe sign a young defender to take over him. Agbadu I do like as well. He's very, very good with that bruiser play style, the physicality, the height, the pace as well. I mean, these 2 are great defensively. I do like him a lot. Chachua at right back, he's incredible. He's a must-not-sell player in the team. Wolf, I want to give the chance to develop more in the team as well, alongside Hugo Bueno and left back, those who can keep fighting for that position. And elsewhere in the team, we need to sign a new right mid as we know, and there's a few options on the shortlist I either showed you in today's episode or yesterday's episode. I'm not too sure, but I'll obviously go through them next episode, maybe at the start, in terms of new signings before we get into our first game of the episode, which I'll show you what that's going to be. It's going to be a big game for us in the FA Cup up against Manchester United in the semi-finals, up against them at Wembley. We're going to take them on, and we're going to the other semi-finals, Nottingham Forest v Liverpool. So in the Cup so far, we've been given the hardest runs in these, to be honest. We've been given all the biggest teams in the Cups. We've not been given an easy game. But in terms of the Premier League, we're currently sat, as you can see, in 7th, 2 points behind Aston Villa, who are 6th in the table in that Conference League position. And also, the Champions League isn't that far away. If you look at the points tally, 61 for Chelsea, 54 for us, with 3 or 4 games after the season. There's a chance we could maybe, I think 5 games after the season, right, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not too sure, but there's a chance we could get Champions League football if we do manage to win all our games and the other teams around us start losing games. But I do feel like we're going to finish either Europa League or Conference League football. Either of these I will take. Europa League will be better, but obviously Conference League football, beggars can't be choosers, and we will take it if we do get it as well. But obviously we need to win our games next episode to do so. As you see by the calendar, we don't have the hardest end of the season, realistically. We have Sunderland in the Prem. I mean, we have Brighton, already a decent team. Spurs, we also have Fulham as well. And other than that, that's actually it, as you can see, for the final games after the season. So we'll play probably 3 of these next episode. We'll play the Brighton game, the Spurs game, and also the Fulham game. The Burnley and Sunderland one, we will sim. And also we'll play the FA Cup semi-final and try and beat United here to advance into the final of that one and try and win that competition, which would be amazing for us to do so. But it's been a long waffle of an outro for me today. If you're going to enjoy the episode, drop a like and subscribe. Drop in the comments below players you want to see a sign next season. Depending on the budget we do have, it would obviously dictate what we do next season. But right now, it's mainly a new striker possibly, and also a right mid in this team. So drop in the comments below who you want to see us use. And as always, drop a like and subscribe. And again, thank you for watching, and goodbye.